All right, let's talk about validation. So validation basically means that you will always check the data that is going into your database, because bad data going in can be bad data coming out. What that means is that let's say that you are not checking that the person is entering the correct name of the state in US. So instead of uh, you know, Texas or, California and all, New York and all that different states, a person is writing like some random characters. And if you're not checking that, then that's bad data going in. And when you retrieve it, this is what you're going to get because you didn't validate the state. So bad data coming out. All right. Now, in Mongoose validation, they have a lot of built-in validators like required, minimum, maximum, match, maximum length, minimum length, and you can also create your own custom validators. So we have already used the required validator. So if you go over here into user, you're going to see that our first name and our last name, they both have the attribute or property called required true. So they are required. And if you try to save a user without providing the first name or the last name, it's going to complain. So let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to create a user, new user, and we're going to save the first name is Jerry, and we're not going to provide the last name. So we're just going to say user.save, and then we're going to do something over here maybe, but in the end we're going to also do a catch, and let's go ahead and print out the error over here. If it saves, then I can simply say user is saved. All right. Let's go ahead and run this. We're not providing last name, so it should throw an error, automatically going to fire the built-in validation and going to show the error. So let's go in our console, run the app, and well, okay, so something else actually is broken. So let's put a comma over here. All right, let's go and run it again. And now you can see the validation error. So what is the validation error saying? So that's an object is going to be, is getting you an object and it's telling you last name is required, and it has all of these properties which is saying last name is required, as you can see. If you want to access this property, the name of the property is message, so you can simply go and say error dot message, and then let's go ahead and run it again. And now instead of the whole object being displayed, it's just saying user validation failed, last name path, last name is required. Okay, so that's one kind of a built-in validation. The other, there are a lot of other validations you can see: minimum, maximum, enum, match, maximum length, minimum length. So let's use one more. Let's use a minimum. Now the minimum or the min validator is going to work with the number property data type. We don't have number property data type. So if I open up user.js, you'll see the first one is string, everything is a string basically. So let's go ahead and add something like age. Oops. All right, and we're going to say type is number, required is true, and minimum age has to be at least 18. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and run this now. So we go over here and we are saving it, and we are not even providing the name, the last name, and we're not providing the age. All right, so let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. Okay, so user validation, first of all, it's saying age is required. It's not even checking that if the age is 18 or 13 or 10, it's just saying, hey, you haven't even provided the age and the last name, obviously. All right, so let's start with last name. Last name is Seinfeld, and age is 10. All right, now let's go ahead and run this again. And again, the user validation actually failed, and it is saying that the age 10 is less than a minimum allowed value, which is 18. So the only way to pass this validation is to at least enter 18. And let's go ahead and now user is actually saved. All right. So this is the built-in validators, built-in validation. Most of the time you can actually use this, but if there's some custom validation, then you'll have to implement custom validators for your special case.